Hello again, everyone. I'm Holly. As always, if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. And if you're new, welcome to Organic Beauty Journey. Today's just going to be a huge Green Beauty foundation comparison. And I'm going to have demo photos for each foundation. So on the left-hand side of the photo is going to be just the foundation itself. So you'll see the foundation coverage. And most of them I have my eyebrows and mascara already done because I do that before foundation. But so the left-hand side will be just foundation coverage, and then the right-hand side will be the finished look, so you can see how the foundation looks with blush, sometimes contour, highlight, whatever I decide to put over it that day. So hopefully this video will be very, very helpful to a lot of people. I know it's frustrating sometimes within Green Beauty to find the perfect foundation. But I feel like the foundation is the first thing that you need to purchase when you transition from toxic to non-toxic products, because it does cover the majority, of your face. So that's the product that your body is absorbing the most, I would say, out of any product that you put on your face. So let's go ahead and get started. So first is the Fit Glow Vita Active Foundation, and my shade is in VF3. This was actually a little too orangish dark for me, so if I decide to sample again in the future, I'm going to sample the VF2 just to kind of compare. This foundation, so I was very, very excited to try this because I'd seen Ashley from the Green Bunny. She had it on her video a couple times, and I was like, man, that looks gorgeous. The coverage looks nice. For me, it just didn't work. So it's definitely a light to medium coverage. It is buildable, but I didn't find it buildable to full coverage, which is what I generally prefer because I have, sometimes a lot of active breakouts. Like within this video, every photo you see I have active breakouts on my chin, and some within here, just like I do today. So for me, I enjoy a fuller coverage foundation because I don't want to have to pile on a lot of concealer, because I prefer to just have one product versus 3 or 4 layers of different stuff, because then it enhances the texture. So for me, this one just didn't, it wasn't a winner. I'll kind of show you guys. It's definitely a more creamy consistency. I don't know if you can see that. And it does have a gorgeous dewy finish. I was very impressed with the finish. It wasn't very heavy. It was definitely lightweight. Felt like your skin was kind of a silky application. So if you have, very clear skin or don't have many issues that you need to cover up, if you enjoy light to medium coverage, out of all the ones that I sampled, this was probably my second favorite light to medium foundation. And I'll get to my favorite in just a few minutes. So once again, that was the Fit Glow Beauty Vita Active Foundation in VF3. And I'm going to show you guys the photo now. Okay, so as you guys can see, it's more of a light to medium coverage, and the cheapest I've seen this foundation is around $49, and I'll link all of these below for you. Alright, so the second one I tried, you guys can read that, it's kind of hard. This is the Ilia Vivid Foundation, and the shade is in Santorini. Now this shade was pretty well matched for me. This is extremely, extremely thick. I actually had to apply this in sections or it wouldn't blend at all because it was so thick. So I would suggest moisturizing really well before this. This foundation had phenomenal coverage. I mean, hands down, full coverage. So the only issue I had with this foundation was the scent. Well, I have 2 issues. So it has a very, very strong scent. It's not very pleasant to me. I didn't like that at all about it, and I found that, I could smell it throughout the day. So the second thing that I didn't like was that it's a very, very heavyweight foundation. It felt very heavy, like you knew you had foundation on. It felt kind of thick, and I only put 1 layer on, and like I said, phenomenal coverage. So if you don't mind a foundation feeling thick, then go for it. But I didn't like that, and I didn't like the scent, so that's why this one wasn't a winner for me. But you'll see in the photo the coverage. It's incredible, but I just couldn't take the scent. It was too much. The Fit Glow also had a slight scent, but it faded you know, as soon as you applied it. So that wasn't an issue at all.
Okay, so as you guys can see, the coverage, like I said, is phenomenal for this foundation. And I don't know if I mentioned the price, but it's $42.
The third one is going to be the Kjaer Weis, and this is in Silken. And I still have quite a bit left because I'm kind of trying to savor it. So I really didn't want to like this foundation. And I only say that because it is $68. So you buy the packaging. It's very gorgeous from the looks of it. It's a Kjaer Weis packaging, and then it has a refill within it. So it comes in a pan. And you can buy the refill pans for only $40. So once you buy the initial packaging for $68, after that, the price becomes a lot more reasonable. But to me, $70 on a foundation is just, it's a lot. But I do love it. I'm trying to use it as much as I can, trying to savor this sample just so I can get a very, very good feel for it before I spend that kind of money on it. But very, very good coverage. It's buildable. You know, you could do a light sheer layer, or if you apply it with a little bit of heavier hand, it's going to be a medium to full coverage. I was very blown away by the coverage. It seems to melt into your skin. The only thing is, as with most foundations, it does show texture, which that's something that I've just come to accept, that I'm going to have some textured areas where my breakouts are. But other than that, this foundation was very, very impressive. And you'll see in the coverage photo, I almost didn't even need concealer with it, and I've seen some girls use it as a concealer. So kind of has that much of a coverage range that you can use it as a sheer foundation or as a full coverage foundation or full coverage concealer. So that was extremely impressive for me, and I see why everyone raves about it because it was phenomenal. It is very, I've also seen people say this, and I found it to be true, that it's difficult to blend. So it's a very, very thick, I'm sure you guys can see in the pan how thick it is. So you kind of have to like smudge it on in a way, and then buff it out with a brush. I have seen some people apply it with their fingertips because I know it's activated by warmth, so it gets a little bit, you can work with it a little bit more as it warms. So for me, I mean, that was one of the only issues, was the creaminess. You kind of have to get used to that cream foundation versus a liquid foundation. Other than that, incredible. Definitely gonna purchase a full size eventually after I collect my life savings to pay for it.
Okay, I told you guys before how pricey this Kjaer Weis is, but you can buy it on Integrity Botanicals and get 15% off with their email, and it brings it to $58.
Okay, so the next one that you're going to see is the Rms Beauty. This is the Uncover Up, and this is in 22. As you can see, I liked it a lot. So originally, because I've seen this advertised as a concealer and foundation, that's what they say it is. For me, it did not work as an under eye concealer. It was far too creamy, so my mascara smudged on it almost immediately. But as a foundation, so I was really disappointed after trying it as a concealer. So then I tried it as a foundation, and you can see by the pictures, it's a very good buildable coverage. It's extremely lightweight, very silky. Doesn't even feel like you're wearing makeup at all. You know, it looks like your skin. I was extremely impressed with this. Everyone raves about this one too, and for good reason. And this one's $36 for, I think, a 5.5 gram jar. So I'm definitely going to purchase this as my light to medium coverage foundation that I can use when my skin's not acting up. I mean, I just blended it with my fingertips. I didn't have to use tools. That was convenient, you know, very quick. And I very much love this as a foundation. In the photo, it's been built up. I think I did 2 layers of it. And it does have, you know, very good coverage.
The RMS Uncover Up is $36, and this is actually the cheapest one within this group. And I just love the look of this foundation.
Okay, so the next one is definitely a full coverage. This is the New Evolution Complete Coverage Foundation in 101. This foundation impressed me so much. The color is a little too orange for me, so I am sampling some more shades. I have those coming soon. It's very liquidy. I don't know if you guys can see that. It looks like it runs in the jar, but it's not runny by any means. It's a true liquid foundation, and the coverage on this is phenomenal. Leaves your skin glowing. I mean, I absolutely loved it. And you'll see in the photo the coverage that I'm talking about. I could have gone that day with just the foundation and mascara. It's that impressive. So this is going to become my new everyday foundation easily once I find my correct shade. And I believe it's $46 or $47. And Aurora Beauty offers samples of this and the Fit Glow by Active Foundation. And their sample program's 5 for $15. So that's a really good deal. I got the other three that I've talked about so far, the RMS, the Kjaer Weis, and the Ilia. I got these from Spirit Beauty Lounge, and their sample program's a little bit more expensive. I believe it was 6 for $25 with free shipping. And the Aurora doesn't have free shipping, so it comes close to $20. So both are good sample programs, to try incredible products. I think that's a really good thing to do. Because sampling, you can get a true feel for it before you spend the amount of money on it.
I'm sure you guys can see why I love this foundation due to its coverage. And this one is priced at $47.
So the next one that you're going to see is the Vapor Organic Atmosphere Soft Focus Foundation in S115. Now this foundation, very, very light to medium coverage. It's kind of in the range with the Fit Glow Beauty as far as coverage, but it's not as buildable. So the Fit Glow can be built up to a little past medium coverage maybe. I could not build it up to a full coverage, but the Vapor Organic, I didn't see anything past. I don't even know that I'd go all the way to a medium coverage. It's truly a light, in between light and medium. It has a very, very runny texture. It's kind of oily. This just didn't work for me. If you have extremely dry skin, this would be good for you. But oily or combination skin, it's not going to work. Now, I also did sample their Atmosphere Luminous Foundation. Unfortunately, I'd used all this, so I didn't have enough to show you guys a demo photo of it. So the demo photo is just the Atmosphere Soft Focus Foundation. And once again, that was in S115. So the Luminous Foundation was in 123. And this is their stick foundation, similar to the Well People stick foundation and the All Natural stick foundation. Now this I actually really liked. In my opinion, this would be probably right behind the Rms Beauty Uncover Up in terms of just the way it felt on my skin. It was a little too oily for me because I do have more of a combination skin type. So once again, if you have normal to dry skin, I think Vapor Beauty would be perfect for you. Unfortunately for me, it didn't work as well. It provides almost an extremely over dewy finish if you have combo or oily skin. So if you had normal to dry skin, it would provide that perfect, pretty dewy finish. But unfortunately, that's not my skin type, so their products were definitely too oily for me.
Okay, so this shows, like I said, the very light coverage of this foundation. The liquid vapor foundation is $50 and the stick is $44.
So the next one is going to be the Grande Mineral Foundation, and this is in number 2. Now, I do not use mineral foundations, so it's kind of hard for me on this one. It was definitely light to medium coverage. I could not get it built up to full, and the photo that you'll see, I buffed in a lot of this product and still didn't see much coverage. I have mixed it before with a drop of argan oil, and I did enjoy that because it was more of a liquid foundation, but it was still a very light coverage. So if you like loose powder foundation or loose mineral foundations, sample Carrie Grande because her ingredients are incredible. I believe these only have 4 ingredients within them. I mean, they're just, she's really phenomenal. I know a lot of people rave about her lip butters. Those are really good. And I've used her darker shade as a bronzer and love the feel of it. Just the foundation, I just don't like mineral foundations. I think that's the only reason it didn't work for me.
Okay, so the RMS actually isn't the cheapest. The Kjaer Weis is $25. I did have to add some 100% pure onto my chin in this photo just to give it more coverage.
Okay, so the last one is the only full size I have. This is a 100% pure fruit pigmented healthy skin foundation. And this is the foundation that I've been using since I started my green beauty transition. I love it. It's very medium to full coverage, very buildable. It can start to feel a little heavy if you try to build it up too much. And I would suggest, you know, moisturizing pretty well before this foundation because it does dry to more of a matte finish. So if you want a dewy finish, moisturize with oil under it or spray with a setting spray or something. I think this could be used for all skin types, oily to combination to normal to dry. Any skin type could use this foundation. And I'm going to make a Green Beauty Starter Kit foundation. I know I'm really late, but those really helped me, so I want to put one out there for people. And this is going to be the foundation that I'm going to suggest. I believe it's $42. And let me just go back through the pricing. I believe it's $42. So I'm just going to show you guys the photo of it. The coverage is phenomenal. I don't really have any cons with it, besides that it could feel a little heavy if you overdo it. If you apply with a damp beauty blender or a Real Technique sponge, it definitely shears the coverage out, but it provides that dewy finish. So if you want a fuller coverage, I would suggest applying it with a brush for sure.
Okay, like I said, this foundation has great coverage, and it is priced at $42, but 100% Pure is always having sales and discounts, so you can definitely get it cheaper than that.
Alright guys, well I hope this video was helpful for someone, or multiple people hopefully. I know something like this would have helped me when I was searching initially for a good green beauty foundation because it's kind of hard. You don't know where to start, you don't know what to try first. So hopefully seeing the foundation pictures and, you know, being able to have an idea of the coverage and the look of each foundation helped you guys. And if you like this video, as always, please give it a thumbs up. I would love to have you guys subscribe to my channel if you aren't already subscribed. And I will be seeing you guys again very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye!